This is not what you want to wake up to, y'all. Let's take a look real quick. I know some people have been showing this around, but look at that. 205.2k damage. This thing didn't get nerfed. This thing got neutered. It got nuked. It got dropped into an ocean. You know what? Baker's dozen swims with the fishes. This thing is oh my god. I don't even know where to begin with this. Like I'm okay. Listen, I'm okay with things getting nerfed. Believe me. I mean, I come from Destiny and I played Destiny a ton, and it's like one of my favorite games of all time. And there's nerfs and buffs and all that crap happening, and same with Division. It's happened since Division 1. But like, and nerfs are just part of the life cycle of looter shooters, or just any game in general, really. That's but when you don't have it in the patch notes. This was a stealth nerf. If you guys go read the patch notes, it under weapons, the only thing it discusses is assault rifles. There's no mention of any rifles at all, not even, and especially not specifically the classic M1A or the Baker's dozen. Like, look at this, 198.2k. Like, this is just, that's about, I would say, like a 40 to 45% nerf to base damage. That's, I mean, I get nerfs, but holy crap, dude. And I mean, they made missions a little easier, but I'm sure we still have a bunch of bullet sponges in there. So you basically took the meta, cut the damage that I can output in half. Essentially, it's 40 to 45%. I haven't done. I mean, we don't have the patch notes because it was a hidden nerf, which should never be acceptable. And so you cut my damage output in half. You make missions a little bit easier, but you didn't do anything to the armor of the NPCs. So this is just so you basically made a sum zero. It's just a net zero. There's nothing there. It's you nerf this here. You reconfigure the difficulty of missions, but you don't do anything about the NPC's armor or anything like that. So you're basically just negating the rebalancing you did to missions by doing this. I mean, this is the meta. I'm sure we're gonna find another meta, of course, but I mean, I just don't see the purpose of them reconfiguring. Like, honestly, it's just I don't get it. Again, this video is not gonna have any structure to it because I'm just going and looking in and getting up and messing around with things that we all want to see. This is crazy, and just outside, say like I said again, I'm totally cool with nerfs, but 40 to 45%, I mean even 50%, like that's unreal, that's unbelievable. No matter what you do, this gun's just trash now. You can just go ahead and stow it away. Maybe I doubt it, but they respond to all the criticism, especially being, and this is actually, you know what, I'm gonna talk about what the biggest issue is here outside this nerf. Let's put this aside. The biggest issue is the fact that Massive didn't feel the need to let the player base know that they were nerfing an item, or that they were doing anything to a certain item. Like, we pay for your game, we play your game, we keep your game alive, and you're just not going to communicate with us. That's not a hole you want to get into. I mean, look how that worked for Bungie for a while. When they were not communicating, it was just it was for lack of a better word, shit show. It's not a practice that we should be seeing developers do. Paying consumers should know what is happening. And I get that development is difficult. Yes, I understand that. My background is, for those of you who don't know, my background is in technical consulting, so I understand how, the worlds are different between game development and software development. They are, but not like basket weaving compared to game development. So I just don't see how you can keep your paying customers out of seeing that. Like, you need to notify the community if you are about to change the meta significantly. Not like it was a Baker's dozen got a 10% nerf to base damage. Classic M1A got a nerf, got a 10% nerf. Okay, yeah, even then I still wouldn't be very happy with the fact that they did this in silence and they tried to pull a fast one. Regardless, it could have been a 1% nerf. I still would have been upset the fact that they didn't let us know that they were reconfiguring this. Obviously, you saw that there was weapons being reconfigured in the patch notes. They were able to let us know that they were doing something to ARs, but then you just forgot that you were absolutely neutering the most powerful gun in the game that everybody uses. That's just I can't comprehend that. I really can't. I don't get it. That's the biggest issue. The biggest issue here is that they released patch notes, knew they were going to nerf and readjust and completely just 180 the meta, and they didn't feel the need to let the community know. And don't come at me with, oh, maybe they just forgot it was a big update. They didn't forget. This is the biggest weapon. This is the most powerful weapon in the game. I'm sure the usage, I haven't looked at the usage number, but I'm sure it's up there in the 80s. Well, probably more. And you can put in assault rifles, but you completely forget that you're the biggest nerf on this patch. That's just not believable. I don't see how that's actually real. You can't sit here and tell me, oh, they forgot. They didn't forget. They, for some reason, I don't know what I want to call it, but they just I personally think it was they wanted to deal with the backlash after they did it. Classic. It's better to ask forgiveness than to ask for permission kind of thing, or it's easier, I would say. It was definitely one of those kind of situations. I don't think they wanted to deal with the backlash of putting out that the actual and letting us know the actual nerf number of what they were doing to this weapon. I mean, it is just destroyed. And of course, we're going to find a new meta. Like I said, that's not the issue here. The issue is that they weren't truthful. They didn't lie straight up, but they withheld information from their paying customers. That's just not a practice that I want to be seeing massive get into. And right now the game is in a delicate state. We all know everything that's going on. But it's a game that I enjoy a lot. It's brought me a lot of joy. I'm not going to stop playing it because of this. Obviously, it's just one nerf. Nerf. I'm gonna find new guns to play with. But them, for whatever reason that they had, leaving out critical information is just, it's not acceptable. It's completely unacceptable. We should not be lighting up torches and getting the pitchforks ready because they nerfed a weapon. What we should be doing that for is the fact that they are hiding information from us. That is the biggest issue here. Forget about the nerf to the weapon. It's the fact that they didn't actually take the time or think that we were worth it enough to let us know what they were doing with the game that we play and we pay for. Again, that's my opinion. Some of you might not really care, be like, gaming saves, there's not really, like, who cares? It doesn't really matter. Whatever. It's just something you do in your downtime. But yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's just, in the grand scheme of things, this is a game. I get that. But when you look at it from a consumer perspective, it's not okay. You wouldn't be okay with having your iPhone and Apple releases a new software update, and in that software update they are reducing your battery life by 50%, and they fail to mention to you, and it was purposely done. Of course, okay, I get that. Yeah, people are gonna say, oh, they're never gonna nerf your bit. Obviously, yes, I get that. It is an analogy. I obviously understand that would never happen. Again, it's an analogy. You would not be okay with that. You wouldn't. And to say is that you're just lying. This is not okay. They should not be doing this. This is something that shady companies do. And I don't think Massive is a shady company. But when you start doing things like this, and say this starts becoming a trend, if it does, I really hope it doesn't, there's going to be a lot of issues. And you want to kill a game quickly, that's how you do it. Start keeping things from your customers. Start having your customers pay for things, especially when the new DLC, most likely, there's rumors about the new DLC coming. You want to see those sales tank? Keep withholding information, critical information, from your player base. That's really all there is to that. Yeah, I hope this doesn't become a trend. I'm gonna keep going with other items here. Or we're gonna go down the checklist. Most of the checklist on the patch notes. Just so we're gonna go through the recalibration and station for your exotics, and we're gonna see what we can do there. See how we can improve this pestilence. If I get that damage down, I'm gonna make sure I copy down or remember my 1411-4, so I can see if it's actually worth re-rolling. But yeah, guys, gaming saves out. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button.